Howdy folks, today, I know, he's in the Jeep again. No, I got home from work today and I took a nap. I actually got a nap this time, which is great. And I ended up sleeping until like 7 o'clock. So I woke up and I said, I'm hungry, I need to go get food. And I guess while I'm going to do that, I'll just do the video instead of waiting until I get home and having to turn lights on. So today, got a couple things to talk about. Well, really only one. But first off, y'all know I'm a metalhead and a WWE fan. So RIP to Ozzy Osbourne, the literal father of heavy metal. Black Sabbath invented heavy metal in the 70s, if you didn't know that. So Ozzy was part of that. And then I think it was Dio was in Black Sabbath. I could be wrong about that. I can't remember. It's not a genre of metal I listen to a lot, but I did listen to Ozzy Osbourne's music. No More Tears is one of my favorite albums of all time. So rest in peace to the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. Also, I'm a WWE fan, so I gotta say it. Hulk Hogan died a couple of days ago, and I'm not the biggest fan of him as a person. If you know, you know. But it can't be denied the mark he left on the country and society and just wrestling, obviously. If it was the 80s, early 90s, literally everyone knew who he was. Like the way The Rock is now, Hulk Hogan was bigger than that in the 80s, which is insane to say. Like my grandma never watched a lick of wrestling in her life. She knows who Hulk Hogan was. But, you know, WWE wouldn't be around if it wasn't for him. We wouldn't have had WCW for a long time if it wasn't for him. And also, just the way most wrestling promotions that are even around now wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan having his mark in them at some point. So great, rest in peace Hulk Hogan. Don't like Terry Bollea the person, but Hulk Hogan the character, good on you. I'm not mourning, but I had to mention it. So on to what I saw earlier today. Was it earlier today? Yeah, earlier today I saw this. This is new, I think. Or it happened yesterday, but I saw it today. Okay, so I did a video. One of the first few videos I did was about this toxic piece of crap site on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And I did mention that the purpose of this site was to protect women. The original intent of the site was to protect women, and that, of course, I wholly agree with. It was supposed to be somewhere where women could share, you know, maybe a photo of a guy they had matched with on an app or met, and they wanted to see if anybody's had any negative past experiences with him, maybe what they did. Okay, so you know, expose somebody who is a possible sexual predator. Hopefully Facebook lets me say that. Or an abuser or a cheater or something like that. Obviously, I agree with that. Yes, that should be a thing. The issue that started here, though, is how allergic a lot of women are to accountability. So, they, instead of it being a site for that, and they specifically say don't share personal information of men, these women didn't listen to that. They were sharing where men lived, where they worked, their cars, like all kinds of stuff, everything. And it just devolved into just shaming and belittling and slander and all kinds of stuff. I did mention, like, here, hey, I got posted on that site after I rejected a woman that became verbally abusive with me because I hadn't asked to be exclusive after a couple of dates. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. And then she calls me a narcissist. And then 2 women commented on there that I'd never even met, ever, at all. They were just lying. And it was just, that's when I discovered, like, what the hell is this thing? It's not a site that is to protect women. That was the intent, but that's not what it is. So, just 2 days ago, I learned Brett Cooper If you don't know who Brett Cooper is, she's more of a conservative commentator that became pretty famous with the comment section show on YouTube. But she's I'm not as conservative as people think I am. I'm not as conservative as she is. There's a homeless lady yelling at me. So I'm not as conservative as she is, but I still watch it because she doesn't just comment on political stuff. She just comments on like normal everyday stuff and calls everybody out for their problematic behavior. So a couple of days ago, she announced that the T app, let me get the T. The T app was made by a man, apparently, with the same intent of the Are We Dating the Same Guy web or Facebook site. And it's an app. It was one of the top apps, or the top app on the App Store that women were downloading and joining this site and doing the same crap that the Facebook site had going on. They were just slandering men, belittling them, shaming them, sharing their personal info, sharing their photos without consent. And these are photos. If you send a photo to someone privately, just like, hey, maybe he matched you with like photos that you have on an app, yeah, I could see the difference there. But if you send them a photo you didn't put online and it's just like, hey, hi, good morning, and then they share that to a video or a website, which is what happened to me on the Are We Dating the Same Site guy. I didn't send I didn't send anything crazy. I sent a picture of myself at work. It was just like she was like, hey, what are you doing? I sent her a picture of me at work with the truck in the background, like it was dumb. But I'd never shared that online anywhere, and she sent that to the site to show other women. I didn't consent to that photo being shown. I don't give a shit that it is shown, but really, I didn't consent to it. But this is what happened on those sites. Just absolute garbage human beings that these women are. And so that's how I learned that there's also an app from the Brett Cooper show. Now, the very next morning, which was this morning, I was at work, and no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So I learned that the T app has been hacked by 4chan, and like shit tons of the people's information was shared online. Now, I don't agree with hacking information sharing online, but I have to make an exception this time, because when your entire app has become this toxic cesspool of misandrous, man-bashing bullshit, you deserve it. You deserve it. And all these women they even had their driver's licenses shared. It was like their height and weight and what they look like, and the first thing that pops in your head for what you think these women probably look like. Yeah, right there. What popped in your head? That right there is what these women look like. Women that are undesirable, that men don't want to date because they are just whales and ugly as shit. I don't care. Say I'm shaming them. They deserve to be shamed because that's what they were doing. But they are undesirable women. They got rejected by men, and they wish that they had the reality in their heads to be true. They wish that the men that they were talking trash about online, that they were shaming and belittling and slandering, they wish that those men actually wanted them. But it is not the case, and it hurt their feelings. That's why they get on this site to try and victimize themselves with men that never did anything wrong. And you know what? You deserve it. You deserve to have the tables turned on you. You deserve the bashing that you're now getting online. You deserve it, because that's what you were doing to men that didn't deserve it in the first place. Now you're getting shamed. Now you're getting exposed. Now your information's being shared without your consent. That's what it fucking feels like. That's what it feels like. You do all this to men that don't have the chance to offer up their side of a story, to defend themselves, to prove that these women were actually the problem. And now they want to cry that they got that same treatment to them. Except Brett Cooper kind of exposed it. Other women exposed this site in the first place. They said, why are you doing this to men that aren't doing anything wrong? And they were telling everyone what was actually going on that site. That's why you got hacked. You got hacked not because you were actually protecting each other and protecting women. You got hacked because you were being garbage human beings and slandering and shaming and belittling men who were just trying to find partners. That's all I got. I don't know what I want to eat. Maybe KFC. Maybe I'm going to be a fatty today. I don't know. Ah! All right, I'm going.